couple of miles. I've not been to this place before, and as you can see, I got up early. I'm going to try and get there before sunrise. This should be a very interesting place. There's some wonderful rock formations out here. There's been a lot of very well-known movies and TV series that have been filmed out here. You may not recognize the location, but no matter. Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, there's probably an accident. Well, this is my exit, so I'm hoping the accident is beyond where I have to get off. Yeah, with a bit of luck, that accident is going to be up past this exit, because this is actually my exit. So fingers crossed, see if we luck out. We're now at, let's see, a little after 6:15. I left a bit before 5 o'clock this morning. I was up at 4. No, I left before that actually. There's always something happening on the roads. I think perhaps the accident may be maybe on the highway beyond. So it looks like people are getting off, and I can see a flare pattern. Oh yeah, there's a highway patrol guy over to the left of me. You can't see it. He's right to my left now, which means they could be getting people off the highway. Maybe a bad accident. So we may get lucky here, even though we have a short delay. In actual fact, I think they've closed the freeway. So I'm going to let these people over in front of me. Just a little bit of a delay, but that's okay. Now, how often do you see an empty freeway? That's what you call a very rare sight. Take a look at that. Empty as can be. There are cars coming this way now, if you look. They've got cars turning around on the freeway coming this way. That's very unusual. They do that only in very rare circumstances where cars get trapped and they haven't come the wrong way to get off. I guess a few cars left on the freeway. They've got them coming down the wrong way on the ramp to get off. Hey, that's going to cause some confusion when they come down and meet us. That means there's a very bad accident up there. They've totally shut down the freeway. Or they've chased a bad guy and they've got him trapped. So I'm seeing over to the right of me a marked car. So I'll spin around so I can show you that guy. The white car to the right. That's an unmarked car. So you can see cars coming towards us. They're actually coming down the wrong way on the on-ramp. So you're going to see them in a second. Well, after a little delay, we finally made it out here, and we certainly have some wonderful formations here. The moon is still out, and unfortunately we didn't get the sunrise. That's okay. We made it safely, that's the main thing. And the rock formations are really quite special here. I'm just going to take my time exploring and really just focus on getting some nice photographs and just enjoying the area. This actually has a lot of history out here. So let's go explore, shall we? Take a little stroll up through here. So the key thing really was to just make it out here safely. And after that accident, I feel kind of, I'm assuming it was an accident really. We're kind of fortunate we actually made it out here, because you know, if we got held up a little bit further up, we'd be much later in getting out here. Oh, this is actually quite nice up here. So I'm going to move over here and turn you around so you can see. We're on top of these rock formations. They're being pushed up through quite a lot of force, as you can see. It's quite remarkable. And we're standing right on top of them. It's quite special to actually be this close and actually touching them. Remarkable. And the force that would have pushed these up through. The force that would have taken to push these up is tremendous. And that one back there in the distance too. Incredible. I just came down this way, this path right. This is actually a fire road I just came down. And I actually saw a chap over up on a very large boulder. Pointed my camera up and got a photograph of him. I had the opportunity to speak to him afterwards. Showed him the photograph and he wants me to send him a copy. And I should better put that up so you can take a look at that. And then I actually came from over to the right. And let's see if I can show you. I'm not sure if I can get up high enough to show you, but I'm going to try. I've come a long way, but I don't know if I can get up high enough to show you where I've come from. But let's see if we can give you an idea of the scale of this place. It's quite vast. Alright, so I was trying to get some photographs of those rocks up there. The chap I mentioned was standing on, let me see there, I believe it was that boulder over there. I swung around and saw him and took a quick picture. And then there's the fire road. I was actually walking through some brush. I went off the regular trail. But if you see that hill up there, the rock formations that we were on earlier are a little bit over beyond to the right of that. So I've come quite a long way. You can see it actually. I was maybe 3/4 almost a mile over there. In fact, yeah, you can't see it. We really can't see them because these trees are in excuse me, these trees are in the way. I don't know what animals are around here. I'm seeing lots of scout around. I don't recognize it, so I'm going to carry on exploring. I may work my way back up around to those unusual rock formations because, oh, there's the chap with his dog. He's back over there now. I don't know if you can see him. He has a red top on. He's got a puppy pit bull, which put a big wet nose on my lens. I had to clean it. There he is, way up in the distance. This is heaven for a dog. All right, I'm going to carry on. So let's get back down to the bottom here. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking some photographs of that rock there, but I've also got in the depth and I've put the sun between the groove up there, and I've got the rays coming between. I think I've got a couple of good images. So I'm going to go back down the dip now. So there we are, I framed it up for you. So you can see the effect we have when we get it framed up. It's quite spectacular. I've taken a couple, well, I think I just took one with the wide angle. I'm now going to switch to my telephoto and see. Trouble is, see, the sun keeps coming up. I may lose it. Yeah, it's got a bit too high now. I had a great shot with the sun down low coming through that fork, but you can see the sun just popped up a bit higher. I may lose it, so I'm going to hurry up and quickly change lenses, but I think I've just lost my opportunity for the telephoto. Let me hurry up and see if I can get down low on my knees and move to the right. Well, I've been moving around all these rocks trying to find a composition. They're either too big, I'm too close, or they just don't line up. So I'm going to keep trying. That doesn't really work either. I mean, as interesting as they are to look at, I just can't find any that make a really interesting composition. And some look good, but you just can't get far enough back. To line it up. Yeah, I can't get back here because there's a tree here. Oh well, that's fine, I'm not going to force it. It's interesting out here. No, it doesn't work. plants. They look innocent enough. But when I was taking a photograph a little while ago, I backed up and slipped down an embankment and went right into one of those and went through my leg and dug into my calf. They're sharp. It turns out today I'm doing a lot of handheld shots. I've only used my tripod once today. The terrain is kind of tricky, so I'm just adjusting my exposure and working a lot of handheld, but that's okay. Let's see if we have anything here. I might be able to do something here, I don't know. Let's see.
It's a lonely road to travel on. It's a heavy loss to be alone. Now I finally think I found someone to guide me through the storm. I wanna build a home, stone by stone, watch the flowers grow. I wanna build a home with you, I know.
It's quite difficult to get the scale of these rocks, but I'll do the best I can. Let me just meter, get my exposure correct, and I'll go ahead and get my composition. Get that little bush there in the foreground. Let's back up a little bit. And I've got to be careful not to get my shadow in there.
Hi.
You can come through.
I found that one. I'm safe with
I'm finishing up for the day. I've lost the best of the light, but this has been an interesting excursion. I hope you've enjoyed following along. I've certainly enjoyed the day. If you've enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. If you're not a subscriber, perhaps you'd consider subscribing to this channel. I certainly enjoy having you following along. Don't forget to select the bell, that way you'll be notified of any future uploads. So that's it. I'll see you all again soon. Safe travels. Take care.
now I find